Bonjour Dominique Sénéquier.
Enchanté.
I am delighted to welcome you here for the recording of Ardian's 2026 Wishes and 30 Years celebration.
I've been here before, but it looked different.
What do you think?
Very nice and charming.
Cette bibliothèque appartenait à Monsieur Safra, qui avait la Republic Bank of New York.
There's a small table in front of you with pictures on them.
Très belle photo. Ça évoque une magnifique épopée.
Every single moment are turning points of Ardian.
You see Dominique opening different offices.
Forcément, celle avec Claude Bébéard, c'est sans doute celle qui m'émeut le plus aujourd'hui, puisque vous savez qu'il nous a quittés. Donc cette photo est une photo magnifique, c'est le château Pichon, baron Longueville, le grand vin de Pauillac. Et donc c'était le fondateur de notre société. Il a eu cette idée géniale en 1996 de lancer notre activité au sein du groupe AXA, avec un principe très simple, parce que c'était un grand entrepreneur. Et il a dit, voilà, je donnerai 1, et tu devras lever 2, et on fera des fonds.
It shows afterwards when we are Ardian opening some offices in Abu Dhabi, in Hong Kong, in Montreal. So lots of good memories here.
You see a common theme through these pictures is we've been together. We've been a core group of people that have stayed together for a very long time, and we've expanded at the same time.
Et ça, je pense que s'il n'y a pas beaucoup d'entreprises françaises qui ont réussi cet exploit de s'adapter à d'autres cultures.
Now you can walk to the armchair we prepared in the center of the room.
My tea. In the morning, that's good.
Il y a mon maté. Ah oui, il est fait en plus. Hein.
Very good coffee.
You, Mark, when did you join Ardian and what challenges did you face at the time?
So I joined Ardian right at the beginning of 2006. I joined a New York office that was about 4 people. So one of the challenges was really trying to help the company grow in the US.
Had you imagined that 20 years down the line you would be executive president of the company?
No, I never expected to be where I am today, but I think part of it is of course hard work, but part of it is also opportunity. And that's something that I think Ardian does really well. It gives young people a lot of opportunity.
Et vous, Mathias?
Alors moi, j'ai rejoint Ardian en 2007 avec une poignée de collègues et on a découvert une société Ardian où régnait un esprit d'entrepreneuriat incroyable. Et puis on avait finalement un rêve assez fou, c'est-à-dire de faire d'Ardian un leader de cette nouvelle classe d'actifs infrastructures. Et ce rêve un peu fou s'est réalisé, hein, puisque Ardian est un des très très grands leaders des infrastructures.
I joined Ardian in 2008, and it was a pretty delicate moment in the macroeconomical environment, in particular for Italy. Our competitors, they were closing, and Dominique pushed to open the Italian office. I'm particularly proud because this small office of 4 people today is almost a 60 people office. We are by far the largest international fund in Italy.
Next to your coffee, you will find a beautiful book. Could you please choose a page that you might want to share with us?
Interesting. I'm just by coincidence seeing 2010 Milan. So that's now 15 years ago. It must have been one of my very first AGMs, and it was amazing.
I see one here which is a highlight, our annual meeting that we did in Rome.
Which was my first annual meeting. Believe it or not, I joined the company 23 years ago as an intern in the venture capital team at the time. And I interviewed with probably 3 different people on that team. And each one of them told me, you know, this is not a pre-hire internship. This is just an internship. We're not hiring after 6 months. So I was like, okay, I got it. And 23 years later, here I am.
Ardian does very nice events for our clients, for the AGMs, with a great cultural program from Vienna to Venice to Firenze.
Il y a beaucoup d'élégance dans toutes ces soirées qui ont donné à Ardian une image de culture et je crois que tous nos clients reconnaissent qu'on réussit à faire des soirées d'exception.
Et c'est quoi votre souvenir le plus marquant?
C'était en 2016. Je me souviens encore, on survolait les montagnes d'Iran, les paysages étaient grandioses. Je racontais à Dominique mon idée de développer l'infrastructure aux États-Unis. Et elle a eu une idée incroyable, elle m'a dit pourquoi tu ne crées pas un véhicule qui serait en fait un complément de ton fonds infrastructure 4. Et pendant ce vol, en quelques heures finalement, tout était décidé, on avait tout prévu. Et la levée du Ardian Infrastructure Amérique 4 a été un énorme succès et notre équipe est devenue globale.
Is there a memorable moment or event you would like to share with us?
I was fortunate to be here when we signed the sale of AXA Private Equity to become Ardian. And then you have this moment when you're like, okay, what is it going to be like to be independent?
C'est déjà très difficile de faire ce spin-off. On avait travaillé depuis 18 mois, mais on a eu des conseils en communication qui nous ont dit non, il faut faire le Big Bang. Du jour, le 30 septembre 2013, vous signez, il faut changer le nom. Et finalement, celui-là, disons que tel que son... D'abord, il se prononce très bien en anglais, c'est un peu comme Guardian, Ardian. Deuxièmement, effectivement, c'est très près aussi du mot ardent, donc ça veut dire combatif, ça veut dire courageux. Il fallait qu'on ait vraiment une identité, et cette identité, on l'a aujourd'hui, et c'est une vraie marque.
I like to think about that moment because, again, it's like it's easy to be a little paralyzed, to be afraid of change. Ended up being a huge period of growth for us. A very good coffee, thank you very much.
Could you now walk, please, to the bookshelf? There should be something that catches your eye.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know that I do like to play basketball.
I'm going to start with my favorite sports team in the US.
À Princeton. Princeton, dont j'ai vu énormément de concerts. Je l'ai revu en concert récemment et toujours la même sincérité. La sincérité, je crois qu'à long terme, ça paye. Et je crois que c'est vrai pour Ardian. Je pense qu'on a toujours été sincère avec nos clients et c'est ce qui fait peut-être notre différence par rapport à d'autres acteurs.
Big Mama Italian cuisine. Ah, very nice. I see there's one original tomato that sounds simple and good. Probably I could even do that therefore, although I like my bolognese at home. Actually, I do cook that one quite often, also for the family and the kids, cooking for many, many hours. That's very important.
The instruments, for sure, is this navigation tool and the compass. I started to sail when I was almost 5 years old. I raced solo with a very small boat. I raced for Olympic trials. I particularly like the school of life, which gives you sailing, because you have to deal with the challenges and navigate through them.
Et cette petite maquette d'avion, qu'est-ce qu'elle vous raconte?
Elle me raconte notre présence sur le marché des aéroports, mais surtout, on est une très belle aventure britannique, puisque nous sommes désormais l'actionnaire principal de l'ISRO, après avoir été l'actionnaire de Luton.
You know, one of my favorite books, which is the Steve Jobs biography, I find it fascinating because he's someone who reinvented the company 3 or 4 or 5 times. I always found to be quite incredible. It's a good blueprint for always focusing on being exceptional. And I think there's a lot of similarities to how we work. When we commit ourselves to an idea or a new investment philosophy or a new investment fund, it has to be excellence sown throughout, and that's something that we do very well, I think. So that's one that's quite memorable. And
Really inspiring, then.
very inspiring book. Here, I see the Bank of America deal, which was a $1.9 billion deal.
That was our first very large transaction in the US. You know, we did this transaction right after the financial crisis. And Lehman Brothers went down, and AIG was going down, and there was a big paralysis.
And at that point, myself and Vladimir Kolas were 2 junior guys working on a large transaction. And it was a very big conviction call. You know, you had to really believe in what you were doing.
And then really after a few months, realizing, by tracking the metrics in our portfolios, realizing, it's not as bad as people think. It's not the stock market, and the underlying metrics are holding up. This is actually a good buying opportunity. So let's go in and let's be a first mover.
And the whole market was saying, oh, they're doing a deal now, yeah, they're crazy. But it worked out very well in the end, and it's those moments that help shape your professional career because you learn a lot.
Sometimes you need to tune out the noise a little bit, focus on the data, focus on what you know. So I think that's an important thing to keep in mind.
Oui, le Beethoven Trip Concerto à Barenboim était bien jeune, hein. Moi, je suis plutôt musique classique.
Qu'est-ce que vous appréciez particulièrement dans ces grandes œuvres classiques?
La musique classique, ce sont des émotions intenses que rien ne peut remplacer pour moi.
Lorsque vous regardez le chemin que vous avez parcouru, quels conseils auriez-vous aimé recevoir?
Je crois que j'aurais aimé recevoir un conseil qui est « Si vous n'aimez pas voyager, ne prenez pas ce métier. » Alors maintenant, si moi j'avais à donner un conseil à mes équipes, concentrez-vous tous les jours. Bien sûr, on peut avoir une grande direction stratégique, mais déjà, faisons très bien tout ce qu'on doit faire tous les jours. Et les équipes d'Ardian sont exceptionnelles pour ça, il faut le dire. Ce sont des personnes qui, chaque jour, font l'excellence.
Could you tell me now what are going to be Ardian's main objectives in the coming year?
We've talked a lot about really making sure that our flagship products and funds remain a big focus of ours. We've successfully raised our infrastructure fund, huge success, oversubscribed. We did the same thing for our secondary fund, $30 billion fund, oversubscribed.
There are many funds that we want to raise next year. The one that is the big priority for the firm is in fact LBO8. I think the whole organization is really focused on that.
And to me, the buyout fund is an excellent opportunity for investors who want to invest in Europe today. They're one of the few funds out there today that are producing exits, and raising that fund is key for the company, and we're going to do it.
Because once we raise that fund, we've raised all of our flagships and we're in a really good spot. And importantly, we have room to grow in all of these strategies.
Thank you very much. And now you can walk to the other side of the room. There's a glass board to write your best wish message for 2026.
Dear all, I wish you and your loved ones a happy, healthy and peaceful 2026. Dare to innovate. Dans un monde qui est parfois compliqué, il faut se recentrer sur les choses importantes, ce qu'on aime, la joie, la santé et la paix. L'innovation peut nous porter, peut agrandir les horizons, nous sortir de situations difficiles.
But one word I would like to share, and maybe I'll add it, is care. And when I say care, it can mean a couple of things. I think it's really important to care about what you're doing, to see if there's ways to do it better, to speak up if you have ideas of how to do it better, but also care about your colleagues, your team, people around you.
Be close to our clients and a successful 2026. The clients are at the center of what we do at Ardian. Be in constant contact with them, help them where we can, and then grow the company, but also do good investments and divest them.
I choose to write it in Italian. Tanti carissimi auguri di buon Natale e buon anno nuovo. Every year seems to be the first year at Ardian, so I wish to all my colleagues all the best for this new year.
Voilà, success, success, success. Parce que je sais que c'est ce que les équipes d'Ardian aiment. En fait, ils aiment gagner ensemble. Mais succès, ça veut dire aussi succès dans leur vie privée. Et donc, success for all of you. Happy New Year 2026. Et thank you for all, because to create a giant like Ardian, it is an achievement.
My best wish message, it's going to be a big thank you. And I'm even going to put a little heart emoji there, because everyone's worked incredibly hard, and the success, we're seeing it. And so it's to thank you and thanks the whole team for for keep doing what they do to make Ardian a success, but also doing it in a way that's human, in a way that we don't forget our interactions with each other, and that a lot of us are friends in this company and we're all working towards the same thing. So it's a big thank you to everybody.